I want to talk about the fallacy of wind power. I thought I'd start with a pretty awful picture of a live bird with its wing cut off from a wind turbine. But we'll move on. Wind and solar. Worldwide electricity generation by source. Wind and solar is this tiny little bit down here. There's an awful lot of wind and solar needed to replace oil, natural gas and coal. They're the fossil fuels. In the UK, for example, the total amount of weather-dependent renewables, their rated capacity is 35 gigawatts, but they only produce about 7.3 gigawatts. It's going to cost £257.6 billion over 60 years to use those. With nuclear, for the same amount of output, it's only 98.2 billion. That's about 3 times less. Gas is about 10 times less for the same amount. Looking at it another way, per gigawatt, wind and solar or weather-dependent renewables, £8.4 billion per gigawatt. Nuclear, £5.6 billion per gigawatt. Gas, 0.9. Which one are we going to go for, of course? Why are we doing it? Well, apparently we're supposed to reduce CO2, but why should we? Take this graphical image of geological time. The red's the temp. It's been hot for a long time. We're down here. The blue is CO2. It's down here as well, with a little uptick, which is happening at the moment. That dotted blue line, that's extinction of everything. 150 parts per million of CO2, everything dies. But this is from about a month ago. 4 of the atmospheric testing stations, CO2 is happily going up, even during this COVID-19 lockdown. So wind and solar aren't doing it, are they? So what's the problem? Wind and solar are just a tiny fraction of the world's electricity generation. They cost nearly 3 times what nuclear would cost over 60 years and 10 times the cost of gas-fired generation. Wind and solar are just 20.9% efficient, yet traditional generation averages 80 to 90%. We're currently at dangerously low levels of CO2 in the atmosphere, contrary to what the climatards will tell you. We really are. CO2 is continuing to rise even during this COVID-19 lockdown. So why bother with them anyway? Thank you.